So we've had a long journey today, haven't we, Dave?
Tell me about long journey.
We took an hour and a quarter to get to Nipper's house in my car. Then
Whitchurch to Carterton. Yeah.
Then we took
No,
4.5.
can you just show them on screen what I had to put up with on my laps?
Okay, here we go.
No, it was important.
Then we went from Carterton in Oxfordshire up to Barnard Castle way. Picked up Dan. And we got in Dan's car and we came all the way to Gourock in Scotland above Glasgow to catch a ferry across. And we thought we got...
No, you tell them who calculated. No, tell them who calculated the departure times. Who calculated the departure times? We stopped for a coffee.
Will you do?
No,
Keep
we
going
stopped
on.
for a coffee. He had to micturate because at his age it's becoming increasingly regular. And we missed the ferry by 3 minutes because he was looking at the wrong timetable.
We missed the 10:40 ferry because it was actually 10:30 because we stopped for a coffee. And now we got to wait till midnight. We're not going to get to the boat till 1 o'clock.
1:30.
1:30?
Yeah. Plus,
Seriously? Is that
we could only just get all the victualling and bags into this huge trailer-like.
Dan did all the victualling and he's only got 15 eggs when we wanted 60 eggs.
Yeah.
I mean, who eats that many eggs?
Yeah, well, you'll see. You'll see, Dan.
We're not even there yet and it's a disaster already.
The problem is, we now have to get everything that's in...
Look, that's what we're facing tomorrow.
So, tropical cyclone Alex is bringing the weather for the party.
Well, can I just carry on saying what I was saying? It's quite important.
Go on.
We're prattling on.
Everything
You haven't stopped yet. We can carry on.
It's not like we haven't got time though, to be fair.
In the flatbed has got to go on this boat, which can only just sleep 4 people.
What is it? Apparently it's sunny and 21 degrees in Hampshire.
Yes. We can almost be ready to sail, I would say.
How are you finding our first day sailing, Dave?
We headed off towards Campbelltown at the end of the Mull of Kintyre, and we ended up, that's south of where we left off this morning, and we ended up about, it would have been 28 kilometres, 28 nautical miles. We ended up 1 nautical mile north of where we left this morning. I still cannot understand how that happened.
What I'd also like to ask the question is, where is the skipper throughout all of this? What?
Well, if he'd paid attention to his Fisher manuals, which you've now seen he's got copious amounts of, you'd have discovered that 2.5 knots was the best progress we were making. And as it was actually 30 nautical miles away, we actually thought better of it, turned tail and went to Port Talbot.
But we had very choppy seas.
We did.
And we had nasty gusts of wind. So we weren't going to make much progress today. And we knew it. Nipper's a bit upset, isn't he, today?
Nipper's whinging and moaning, and we put the sails up for him in a 7 gusting 8, and he's still moaning.
He's not an happy bunny. What's up, Josh?
I turned down sailing in the Med to come to Scotland, they said. See the world, they said. Scotland, they said.
Tell him about your coffee, which is really expensive. Coffee.
What are you making the coffee in? A jam jar?
Yeah.
It's a Kilner jar because it's the largest receptacle and I need a litre to go in there, and that's the only thing that fits a litre.
It's the problem. We're going to introduce to Lee Shaw's and Lazy Jacks the skipper of this boat in a minute. He's called Dan, and he's quite predictable. So we got him to do the online shop. We've already not got eggs, not got cream, not got enough toilet paper, not got milk. It's non-stop.
No bacon.
No
bacon.
bacon, no jugs. So, as part of the online shop, Dan specially arranged for us to have a kettle, so Josh could do specialty coffees. Oh, look at it. I mean...
Complete sandwich. Show them what you bought, though.
Yeah, we bought him a nice kettle, a little gift. Joshua's generosity. Actually, it was my generosity. What was that?
No, we're all paying for it.
Still
'cause
out
it's
that
all been added
window.
to the bill.
That is good. 2.5 litres, an upgrade from 0.9
That is a
litres.
class act.
And there were optional colours, so we chose what we thought Dan would appreciate the most.
Where have you been?
Behave yourself.
What are you doing? Do your trousers up.
What's going on, Dan?
What?
Morning, Josh. Okay, so Skip Oliver here said last night, where does the saucepan live? I said, it lives in the unit towards your feet. And he went, okay.
It's never
and he shoved the thing in there with no due regard and closed the door.
Coffee now. Dave, how was your night?
It's lovely.
How was my night? Yeah, it's fine.
What happened? Is there any adventures in the night?
You're trying to get me to say on camera what happened to my door.
Yeah.
So, Dave, you haven't heard this.
No.
I got up at midnight,
Yeah.
needed a wee,
Yeah.
desperately, so I pushed the door and it let me in. Right? And so I'm thinking, oh, it's fairly desperate. I hope they're not asleep, so I'm... Hello? Boys, it's not funny. Can you let me out? I need a wee. Boys. And after a few minutes, I heard Dan rouse from his sleep. Dave, you alright? You alright? I said, yeah, I'm locked in. As you know, I need to go to wee.
You've locked yourself in, haven't you?
Yeah.
You had.
I locked it from the inside. I think that last rum meant I couldn't remember locking myself in. Josh.
No.
What do you mean no?
No, I know what you're going to do. It's not
No.
kind.
So you're sleeping in the V-berth with your father,
I
aren't
am,
you?
yeah, we're sharing a room.
It's a bit cosy up there.
It's a bit cosy up there, and we've been hoping to be able to have some wonderful sights and sounds of nature. But last night I had to get a decibel reading out. It was 81 decibels, and here is what you got to listen to.
Stone, they're crows. What was it?
I think you might be swallowing a crow just there.
I forgot to say for yourself. You've got evidence, empirical, right in front of you.
Just breathing. He's turned it up.
I've got a decibel reading from last night. The maximum of his snoring was 81.4 decibels.
Better conditions today.
From the tide, telling all my friends about my new life.
Welcome to sunny Campbelltown. I need a knife or something. Hello. That's not a good thing to say, Josh. Josh is just flying his new drone for pretty much the first time. Certainly the first time over water. And he's lost sight of it already.
Just said, where are we?
There it is. I can see it.
Here's the drone, about to be caught by Skip Roberts. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Oh my word.
Over there.
That's good work. How do we feel about that? He's lost 3 fingers. Josh, you're happy you got your drone?
I want water.
He moans in Scotland as much as he does down south. Honestly, he does.
He's not stopped these boys.
Doesn't he?
I mean,
Doesn't he?
if he
Doesn't he, Dan? He does,
Compo
doesn't he?
is in better cheer
Yeah,
than this
we've-
fella.
we-
show
call it-
them round here.
we call him Compo
let
now.
me borrow this a
Hang
minute.
on.
Let me borrow this a minute.
Talk.
You show them around this cabin and show them down there, and you see why you call it moaning. I'm trying to hold you all to a higher standard, a better way of living. Look at
Okay,
that.
I'll go and show you.
Tidy before you-
This is Dave's. This is all Dave's stuff. This is what I'll show you. No, this is the main Absolutely ridiculous. This is our main accommodation. He's piled mountains of stuff. Unbelievable. Now, we had a lovely bottle of a very expensive wine. What was that wine, Dan?
That was a Santa Steph, which
Thank
is
you.
a really fine Bordeaux, bought especially to honour the skippers Oliver and Roberts. But while I was busy sorting out the electric cable to put the shore power in, and you were forward sorting out the Genoa, ready for the morning passage,
You'd opened it.
I'd opened the bottle, so
Airing
it
it,
was breathing
warming it.
and warming, and it was going to be stunning. And
We were
then,
waiting for Dave to come back from the shop.
I came back.
Tweedledum and Tweedledee over here.
What did they decide to do?
Well, they thought this would be funny. I bet the boys are busy. We'll grab the side of the boat and we will rock it back and forth like it's
Oh
Hurricane
dear,
Charlie.
dear, dear. That didn't knock the wine over, did it?
Well, I can think of better things to do with a really nice bottle of Santa Steph.
Dear me, it didn't knock it over, my word. What you got to say for yourself, Oliver?
It was lovely wine.
So, we're trying to get around the Mullakentai. It was very rough. The seas were poor, weren't they? And so we abandoned day one. We've made a progress and we've got down to, where are we?
Campbelltown.
Campbelltown.
Yeah.
And tomorrow morning, 7
When you
o'clock.
shoot these stories, can you make sure your eyes are visible and not above the frame?
7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. We're heading off round the mole. But a chap came in. Was it yesterday, Dan?
Yesterday. He left this morning.
What did he say, Dan? He spoke to the harbour master,
So
didn't he?
we chatted with the harbour master here, and the same berthing we picked up tonight, this fellow left this morning, and having come around from the west of the Mullakentai yesterday, it apparently lived up to its reputation, and this poor soul was so frightened that the harbour master offered to take him out for a couple of beers and calm his nerves, and he even refused that. And in fact, he was tempted, very tempted, just to give up on his boat and leave it here forever and just walk away.
Scared, Josh?
No. I'll be asleep down below, don't worry about that.
I'm leaving it to you lot.
Who's making us breakfast in the morning?
Alright, I'll make breakfast and go back to bed.
Lovely breakfast this morning, wasn't it?
It was really good.
Why is that like all there? What is that all
There's
there
no
for?
longer-
That's what's in our forepeak. That's what we have to sleep
We
around.
have to move it out so we can sleep.
Where does it go at night?
Up here.
Up here.
We can't keep going like this. This is ridiculous.
Tell me
We
about
need a roof.
Farewell, Campbelltown. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, he said.
Yeah, he got excited.
He was gone.
Well, you're lucky. I was wanting to go at 5. And we made good progress out of Campbelltown and down towards Sander, which is on the eastern end of the tip of the Kintyre Peninsula. And then we picked up the tide perfectly. We were moving along at 7 knots, coming through there quite happily. And then we got to the Monakintyre, just on the end. And the Monakintyre is where all the waters come together. They've got these terrific overfalls, and when the wind is against the tide as well, which it was today, although not too much wind thankfully, you get these great wave sets that come through. So we had 15, 16 foot seas, cresting waves on top of them, and the old girl has been brought back to life, and she performed really well. So yeah, good helming by Admiral Roberts, and we made it through, and we're now on the west side of the Kintyre Peninsula, and we're about an hour and a half from the Isle of Gia. I've only got 3 minutes, Scotland before
on, Dan.
3 fish on.
The pollock, courtesy of Josh the angler.
And Dan the gilly.
Gir is a beautiful island and a lovely anchorage. It's got sandy beaches, and we cooked our fish and shared it with other yachting folk at one of those beaches. Some lovely walks and gardens, highly recommended. What are you doing, Josh?
I'm making a bribe.
A bribe? It looks like some sort of
A bribe looks like a
Turkish
bomb.
illegal substance.
It's a brew pipe.
Josh?
Not now.
So you drink out of there?
Yeah, you drink out there.
We've got to share the same end.
Yeah. You're not having one, Dave. Yours, you can have one tomorrow.
They're going for it.
If it's too hot, let it cool.
It tastes
Right, my
beautiful.
alarm is.
How do you come up with this stuff?
He's great.
In the next session we leave Gir, pass between the islands of Isla and Jora to find a beautiful, lonely anchorage at the tiny island of Oronsay. We find an absolute gem of an anchorage tucked away between the cliffs of Loch Tarbot. Eventually, however, another storm rolls in which cuts off our only seabound route home around the Mull, so we have to find another solution.